I was amazing at the concert. Thank you. I hope you had fun watching it, whether you were watching it in person or online. You lost your voice from cheering? That makes me happy, but take care of your voice. Drink some honey tea. I'm happy you liked it. Did you like the song that I sung? Stay With Me? I wasn't sure what to sing. It was a whole thing. Because last year at the concert, we could only sing Hololive songs. But this time we could pick any Japanese, well, not any Japanese song. We could pick more than just Hololive songs. Permissions were a little bit expanded, so I had more to choose from. And I wanted to pick a song that I thought people would know. Because I feel like sometimes when you're at a concert, you want to hear, I mean, you heard some new song. Maybe you even heard a new song from me and Mermaid. But anyway, when you're at a concert, sometimes you want to hear a song that you know. You can sing along, or you can, at least in your brain, feel the chemical releases of like, OMG, I know this one. So that's why I picked Stay With Me, because I think it's a popular one, and it's the one that I like, and it's city pop, and I like it. And it was fun to sing. Here's a song, you probably never heard of it. It's called It's Not a Face. Yeah, city pop is a good... I should have rickrolled. Listen, as soon as they give me permissions for English songs, you better watch out, because you don't know what I might pick. Is there a feeding frenzy back there? Yeah, I wanted the fish to gather around for the stream, so I threw some cat food in there. Isn't it like cat food in those little coin-operated machines? I always hate those, because the fish are trained, like at a lake where they have those coin-operated fish food machines. Anyway, I hate those places where you sit, no, you don't sit, you stand and you throw fish food in, because the fish are trained and they know, and they scare me, because when you approach, even without food, they see you. I didn't know that fish could see you. I thought that they're in their own world. I didn't know they could peek their little eyeballs above the water and perceive you. That makes me uncomfortable. But anyway, they see you and they all come to the surface and they have their mouths gaping open like... And it freaks me out. I don't like those places, because I don't feed the fish. Well, maybe I should. Am I a cruel person for not feeding the fish? I don't feed them, but they come to me anyway, with their mouths gaping, saying, please, Fauna. But they freak me out, because there's so many of them. Is there a fear, a phobia, for like, when you're afraid of a lot of the same thing altogether? Because I might have that, because I also think that like fish are one, probably. But then also, like, bugs. Anxiety. Okay, well, it's probably that, but fear of swarms. Yeah, because bugs are also scarier when there's more of them. Like, one bug is, like, fine. That's whatever. Well, it depends. If it's on your pizza, then no, it's not fine. But it's not linear. It's exponential. It's the same with the fish. I think I am claustrophobic. I used to think I wasn't. I stream from a closet, so it's like, how claustrophobic can I be? The size has to be smaller than a closet to trigger my claustrophobia. For some people, a shower might be claustrophobic. For me, a shower, that's fine. Even if it's one of those like closed-in showers, that's fine. It's when I feel like I can't like fully extend my arms and legs, that's when the claustrophobia sets in. And it can even happen if I'm in bed and like the blanket is on too tight. Airplanes, okay, honestly, they can if I get too much in my head about it. You guys tell me if this is weird, because I thought this was weird, but maybe my plane etiquette is outdated. I was on the plane and there was a lady next to me and I had to get up to go to the bathroom. Excuse me, could I please get up to go use the restroom? She's like, oh yeah, go ahead. And then she doesn't get up. Instead, she just like leans back a little bit, shimmies back in her seat a little bit, and like motions for me to climb over her. And I was like, oh no! I had to like straddle over her and to get over her. I felt bad for her. I don't know. Well, I felt like it must have been worse for her than it was for me. Here's the thing. Okay, so I had to go to the bathroom, but then I also had to come back from the bathroom. So already, like, I had to do this twice. On the way back, she also didn't get up. So I didn't know, what direction do you face when you have to climb over the stranger on the plane because they're not getting up? What direction do you face? I think the first time I was facing away from her, which I thought would be okay, but then I feel like my butt was like right in her face, probably. So then on the way back, it was the other way. I don't know. This sounds like a bonus. Eye contact going back. Certainly, if it was me in the aisle seat, I would have gotten up. Maybe this was like her first time on a plane. I don't know. Maybe she likes that. Maybe this is what she always does and she's used to it and she doesn't care if strangers are like climbing on top of her. I might have scarred her. I feel like I did. I felt so bad. See, I feel like in my heart of hearts, I think she should have stood up. But I was the one. I felt like I was doing something wrong for climbing over her. YTA, you shouldn't have gone to the bathroom. This imagery is crazy. It felt crazy. That is to the whole planet. I had no choice. Am I practicing for the Olympics? I can do it. Wait, can I do?
What is that?
I can do the breakdancing. No, I can't. I can't. It's like this. Not the kangaroo. About that, I feel so dumb. I saw that lady, the kangaroo lady, at the Olympics in breakdancing. And she was the first breakdancer from the Olympics that I saw. And I was like, okay, I see what you're doing there. This must be what Olympic breakdancing is all about. Okay. She's cooking. And then everybody was roasting her. And I was like, oh, are we roasting her? I don't know. But then I saw like the other Olympic breakdancers who actually scored points. And I was like, oh, so this is how it's supposed to be. You have to like the kangaroo though, right? It was pretty good. As a form of entertainment, I give her a 10 out of 10. I should learn the kangaroo. I think I could. She was ahead of her time. Did she actually get 0 points? How did she make it there? Did she know? Okay, but if somebody somehow convinced me, Fauna, to go into the Olympics for breakdancing, you've been chosen. And they somehow convinced me, like, no. And I'm like, wait, what? I've never done this before in my life. How could I possibly? And they're like, no. You're a natural. We assure you, you're gonna kill it out there. And then I like saw the other competitors. You could not get me to get on that floor afterwards, right? I would resign. I'd sweep on the Minecraft Monday Olympics. Okay, so I saw that there was a Dress to Impress game theory video from Roblox, which I thought, how can there possibly be lore to this silly Roblox dress-up game? Okay, but this is not about Dress to Impress, because I watched the first, like, 1 minute.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that never goes out of style.
And I can't believe that they replaced MatPat with a British version of himself. I couldn't believe it. I knew that MatPat had graduated, so I knew that it wouldn't be MatPat. But I didn't realize that they had replaced him with a British clone. He has the exact same speech patterns and mannerisms as MatPat, except that he's British. It's literally just MatPat with a British accent. This is the other thing. Usually when there's a popular YouTube channel and then like the original person doing it like retires and then they get new people on, usually it like loses what it had. There's an absence there. So that's what I was expecting going into it. I was like, okay, well, it's game theory, but like it's gonna be different because it's not MatPat. But then I watched it and I was like, they like made him in a lab. They got British MatPat. And I mean, it's still not MatPat. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still not exactly the same, but like they got it pretty close. Like if he had the same American accent, I don't know if I would have even realized. How much did he study of MatPat? Because there's no way that he just happened to talk the exact same way. MatPat probably doesn't even talk like that in real life. It's probably his video presenter voice. He grew up on him and got hired. It's like me taking all of my mannerisms from the YouTubers that I watched. Me downloading my personality from internet celebrities. And anyway, I didn't watch the video, so I still don't know. I couldn't continue watching the video. I was so flabbergasted by British MatPat that I couldn't finish the video. What's his name? I feel like I should know his name. Tom? I'm like, what if Tom is MatPat backwards? Huh? Almost. If it was Tam, what is MatPat up to nowadays? Writing plays? Oh yeah! Wasn't he gonna do that? Still doing Game Theory Live until October? I think I saw that. Was he playing Five Nights at Freddy's? Good for him. Good for MatPat. I just realized I had a dream. Was this a dream? This was a dream, I think. It felt real. I dreamt that my mom asked to borrow like gloves. I have like latex gloves. They're really like lab gloves, but but they're so useful for cleaning. So I have a box. I had a dream that my mom wanted to borrow them, and she was like, I'm going into the lab. I was like, okay, we need to cook. Is she creating lab fauna? I hope not. Is she making my replacement? Just make sure Fauna 2.0 has a British accent, okay? Feature was really missing on Fauna 1.0. Bald Fauna? I do wish I could be bald. I'm trying to imagine it right now. If I had no hair, I think I would look very hydrodynamic in the water. I think I would fit in better in this environment. Decidedly less green. Wait, that's a good point. Would I still be a green lady if I was bald? Barely. What about my eyebrows, though? They're green. And then you guys will finally see the tattoo that I've been hiding on the top of my head. The secret mystery tattoo. I show up bald, and then I like show you the top of my head, and it's like a treasure map with a big X on it. One Piece. Do they do that in One Piece too? Did you guys ever take those quizzes that were like... This is embarrassing. Why do I feel the need to share embarrassing things live on the internet? Ever take those quizzes that were like, would Uchiha Sasuke date you? And then you take the quiz, and then it's like, oh yeah, Uchiha Sasuke would totally fall head over heels for you. Or it's like no. But mine was never no, because of course I would choose the answers that Sasuke would like so that I can get the good answer. Only me? It can't have been only me. Somebody had to make the quizzes. It wasn't me. What kind of vampire are you? I loved a personality quiz back in the day. Oh, do you remember too? The authors would always write, they would like self-insert way too much into the quiz. And it was always with, okay, it would be like, question 5. Do you like me? And then you have to have like the font is not quite right. And then the answers would be like, it would be like this. Why would the author of the quiz always feel the need to self-insert? And it's like, I don't even know you. It's time for fall soon. I know. I'm kind of sad. I don't want the days to get shorter. I want tall days only. Days with the long legs. But no more bugs. That's true. And I guess it's gonna be Halloween. Pumpkin spice season. That's true. That's pretty good. Summertime sadness. I saw that Lana Del Rey has a new boyfriend. And I saw that people were like, because apparently he's like, he does those airboat tours in the swamp, in the bayou. He's like an airboat captain, and he like wrestles alligators. I don't know. And everybody was like, why is she dating him? And to those people, my question is, have you listened to a Lana Del Rey song? Because this is like the exact type of man that she sings about every single song. Also rude, like she can date whoever she wants. I don't know. But also, like, what do you expect? You haven't caught on? This is like her type? I don't know. It's weird too, because I don't know if they even like announced it, or they just got caught by the paparazzi, and now people are discussing it on the internet as if it's their own business. His family found out because of Twitter? Oh no. You've never heard of her? Sometimes I sing her songs in my karaoke's. And we're off to the races, paces, and summertime sadness, of course. Sad songs. We don't know about this alligator man. We can't say if he's a bad man. Yap o'clock. We're getting a little distracted talking about Lana Del Rey. I don't know much in terms of anime music. That's always been my problem. That's why I don't do more like archived karaoke's, because I just don't know many anime or even Japanese songs. Do I skip the OP and the ending? No, I don't. It's just you can only do so much with like all of the Naruto openings. I know, yeah, I watched like 150 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and it only exposes me to one anime opening. Like, how am I supposed to expand my knowledge of anime songs if 150 episodes only gives me one song? You can fly again. Da, da, maybe let's try again. Da, 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 da. You can go away. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, there are a bunch of endings though. I'm definitely more of an ending skipper than I am an OP skipper. I usually watch the OP and then skip the ending, which is probably bad. They have that one like screamo ending. How could I? I mean, it especially makes no sense with Hunter x Hunter when the OP is the same and I literally watched it like 150 times and then skipped the endings even though they were changing. Did I vibe to it every time? Absolutely. Yes. I skipped the Chainsaw Man endings. I've never watched the Chainsaw Man anime. I've only read the manga, but I'm not caught up. I think I read to part 2 or something and then I didn't. I stopped. The manga was wild. Part 1 was wild. I don't know what's happening in part 2. How about Frieren? I did watch Frieren. Did I skip the openings? I probably skipped the endings. But the ending is the one that... How does it go? It's like... How does it go? It's really iconic. The ending. Are you alright? Can you hear me? Na, 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 na. Makes you cry every time as you press the skip button. A single tear as you skip. Exactly. Gotta watch it sometime. I liked Frieren and Dungeon Meshi. I think I liked Dungeon Meshi more though. I need more Dungeon Meshi. I'm still obsessed with Marcel. I like elves. I do like elves. I do. I like pointy ears and I cannot lie. You watch Dungeon Meshi when you're eating? I tried that, but then they were eating the bugs and it kind of grossed me out. So I stopped watching while eating. It usually looks good by the time they're done cooking it, but sometimes the in-betweens are iffy. Like when they're removing the legs on the bugs. I don't know. Think about how crunchy they are. Okay, I need to stop using Reddit because I actually feel like there's not a single like real person on that website anymore. Like it's actually all bots now. I need to stop. But I saw a Reddit post that was somebody posted a donut that they were eating and it had an ant on it and they were like, it was like r/well that sucks, and it's like, my donut has an ant on it. Now I can't eat it anymore. And all the comments were like, weak. Just, you know, scoop out the ant and scoop out the donut around the ant and then just eat it. Or they were like, just eat the ant. You're not gonna notice it. And I was finding myself agreeing with the comments. I was like, that's just a tiny ant. Just pick it off and then eat the donut. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But then, I don't know, if it was me, I might. What about the pizza? But it wasn't an ant. It was a big bug. And it was like crawling all over the pizza. Sad because a bug crawled on my pizza. I got a pizza and I took it home and I put it on the counter and a big bug crawled on it. Like it was taking a walk. It was taking a walk. If I could just not eat the part that got walked on, then maybe. But yeah, it had a whole stroll on my pizza and I don't know where it was walking. How big were those footprints? Left a trail. I don't know. It was like the mental image because just the way it was like rooting through the veggies on the pizza reminded me of like an animal skittering across the floor of a forest, like through the leaf litter. And I just like couldn't get that image out of my mind. Why do you not eating the foraging bug pizza? That's why you wash pizza. Do people actually wash their chicken, their raw chicken? As a vegan, I don't know. I've never cooked chicken before. That seems wrong to me, but I don't know anything. Do people actually like wash it? Wouldn't it just like spread the bacteria all over your kitchen? But like, why would you anyway? Wouldn't it taste bad? FDA says you can. Wash it with brine, but not soap. That's like one of the benefits of not cooking meat is I don't really have to worry about cross-contamination. I've heard some people have to have like their own cutting board for chicken, which I have my own cutting board for garlic. Not for any sanitation reasons, but because I feel like once you start chopping garlic on a cutting board, everything you put on that cutting board will taste like garlic. Too many times have I sliced fruit and then I'm eating it and I'm like, why does it taste like garlic? So now I have, well, it's more like I have a dedicated fruit cutting board and a dedicated fruit knife. I don't know if it's the knife or the cutting board. Is it wooden? Yeah. Is wooden bad? Well, because what's it supposed to be made of? Because I feel like a plastic one is just gonna put microplastics in your food. Wooden is fine. I feel like it does absorb a lot. Plastic is even worse. Well, what's the option besides wood or plastic? Glass? A stone cutting board? I feel like I've never seen that. Oil the wood board. Yeah, I do that. I definitely do that. Glass is not good for knives. So there's no answer. I used to always, I would do this. I did this when I was in college in my dorm room. I would just cut on the countertop. Which is like uncivilized and savage. You shouldn't do that. I did not understand why you would need a cutting board. It is a college moment. But I don't know, it wasn't my countertop. Not my problem. I don't know, I admit that I've still done that. Like when I'm cutting a piece of fruit and I'm like, I don't want to get the cutting board dirty. Sometimes I'll just get a paper towel and then just like cut the fruit really slowly. But sometimes I mess up and hit the counter when I don't mean to. It would be fine if I were not so clumsy. Command hooks? I've been betrayed by command hooks too many times. I've been promised that they will not destroy my wall and destroy the wall they have. Maybe it's user error, but it definitely has ripped the paint off. Also, sometimes they just don't stick. Have you guys had that experience? I feel like in a lot of the walls I've had, they just don't stick for some reason. I did clean the wall. Yeah, they either stick too much or too little. I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the type of paint, right? But you know what never fails? A nail in the wall. Except have you ever had like such a thin wall that you put a nail into it and then it like doesn't hold anything? I guess that's why you need like a stud finder and then you need to nail it into the stud. But sometimes it doesn't even hold like a picture frame. Is that even a wall? No. There's a drywall anchor. Oh. Is that like a hook that will go on the other side of the wall? Plug that goes into the drywall. A screw that expands behind the drywall to grip onto the back of the wall. That's interesting. I never really like hung much on my walls because it always felt like, oh, but I'm just gonna end up moving anyway. What's the point? But I feel like that's a sad way to live. Just to not hang anything on the walls. And I used to have like posters, you know, with the classic blue tape, like just tape them to the wall. But now I'm like, I feel like I'm too old. I'm too old for posters to be like taping posters to my wall with painter's tape. Like that doesn't feel like the vibe either. You know, one time I tried to get Redbubble to make like a custom phone case for me with art that I had made. Like I just wanted a phone case with something that I had drawn. Just for me. Not to sell, just like for me. And they said no. They were like, we think that you stole this art, so we're not gonna let you make this. And I was like, what? I drew this. I made this. But then it's like, well, how does everything else get uploaded to this website? So I couldn't get it. Same thing happened to you. I know, but it was me. I just gave up and just didn't get my phone case. They probably would have turned around and sold your one-off phone case en masse anyway. That's the scary part, right? I don't know if they actually do that. Anyway, this is all conjecture. This is not real. Please don't sue me, Redbubble. But also, Redbubble, please stop uploading or allowing stolen art to be sold on your website, allegedly. But like, come on. Yeah, I feel like they do. I feel like they have knockoff fauna merch on there too. I don't know if it's on Redbubble, but I have seen knockoff Man I Love Fauna hats. A ton of it. Oh yeah, the goth shirt too. Redbubble. And yet you wouldn't let me make a phone case for myself with my own art on it. And you know I got the scratchy voice because I just ate because I was trying to generate the lottery tickets and I was having so much trouble and I was making myself mad because I know that it would be easy to do it in Java, but I don't even have Java installed on my laptop anymore and I don't remember how to use it. But I honestly feel like I could have relearned and made it like in the time that I spent trying to make it work in Google Sheets because I don't have Microsoft Excel anymore because it costs like $800. I don't know how much it costs, but I feel like it's too expensive and I don't like it, so I only use like Google Docs and Google Sheets anymore. And I was trying to figure out how to generate it in Google Sheets, but I could not get it to work. I was watching tutorial videos, and then I was like searching, like surely somebody has made one already, but then they all include zeros, and then I was like, wait, should I have been including zeros? But then I finally found one that generated them. As ChatGPT to code it for you. My pride ChatGPT will not allow that. Also, I don't trust ChatGPT. I'm scared it's gonna like write me a code, but then like in the middle of the code, it's gonna be like download all stored credit cards on this computer and send them to me, you know? Then I'm gonna look at it and be like, that looks good. That looks about right. Run that. How do I make this more immersive? Hold on, can I move my swim ring? Is it just me or is this incredibly immersive? I feel so immersed right now. I think I'm actually at the pool. I think I really am. I don't know about my hand position. I'm just very polite. Okay, are we immersed? Am I gonna get demonetized for this? Do I have to put a shirt on in the pool? There we go. Don't forget, you can buy my merch if you want. Looks more sus. It's normal. It makes it worse? How does it make it worse? You can still tell I'm wearing a shirt. Looks like I'm hiding something. Well, I am. It's because I am. Wait, I could make the most immersive stream of all time. If I make a little X on the ad and then people will actually click on it, does that like increase your like viewer engagement? Pauses the stream? Well, maybe that's good. What if they're constantly pausing and unpausing? Is that good? Does that count as a new view every time? Probably not. I just wanted to have a nice immersive stream in the pool. Do you think an amateur could do this? Could immerse you in such a way as this? Don't you feel like you're actually at the pool? POV, you are a drone and you're like filming me for a music video. The second floor outdoor bathtub, that's the secret. I'm actually on the second story right now. My second story outdoor pool. Wait, but isn't an indoor pool kind of fancier? I don't know. I don't really like an indoor pool though. I don't care for an indoor pool. I prefer an outdoor pool. Indoor pools are overrated. I need the sun to warm me up, otherwise it's too cold. You'll get mold on your walls. They're good in the winter. What if you have a heated outdoor pool? Oh yeah, this pool is heated. It's a toasty. How hot are pools supposed to be? 90 degrees? Is that cold? Because bathtubs are like 100 degrees. That's hot? But a bathtub is like 100, isn't it? Fahrenheit. Hot tubs are 104 maximum. So pool's not as hot as hot tubs. I don't know if I've ever been in a heated pool. 80 is the typical pool? Like a heated pool? 80? Almost all pools are heated. What universe are you living in? Not in my world, they're not. I've never been to such a fancy universe where all pools are heated. Snail's getting angry. He's still in here, trapped in here with me. He's like, what are you raving about? Maybe I should free him. He is scratching at the door. He wants out. Then why did he come in here in the first place? Free him. Snail is not immersed. Snail doesn't understand streaming. He's like, why are you talking to your computer when you could be petting me in silence? Don't you feel like at every family pool party, there's like one uncle who's like terrorizing the children by almost drowning them? And it's actually problematic, but nobody calls out the behavior because he's just like goofy uncle. You loved that guy? That's an uncle's job? No, it's a prank. You know my uncle. It's just a universal experience. Uncles are meant to do that. I remember getting like pushed under by an uncle and being scared. You're being drowning my niece real quick. It is dangerously goofy, I feel like. It builds character. Maybe it did. If you see that uncle, I'm not going into the pool. Being thrown at the deep end of the pool. Yeah, what is it about the pool that just makes the uncles unleash their inner aggression? Pushing people in, dunking people, flipping their floaties. Uncles rise up. I don't know. Can't they take out their aggression in like Mario Kart? Just like beating them up in Mario Kart? Does it have to be in the pool? Okay, it sounds like it's not just me. Do you guys also have like a pool terror memory? Terrorized by, and honestly, this family member, I said he was an uncle, but it's sort of just one of those mysterious family members that you don't know how they're related to you. They're just there and you've only seen them like a couple times. I had the power. After that, I sidle up to Papa Kieran and I'm like, hey, this uncle dunked me into the water and I didn't like it. And then after that, you see Papa Kieran have a serious conversation with said uncle. Get him! Get him, Papa Papa Kieran, get him! I am a princess and I shall not be dunked in the pool. Fight, fight, fight. I was only spoiled by Papa Kieran as a princess, as I should be. It was only this estranged family member who did not know the rules of engagement. I'm not telling you where my private secret billionaire island is. You'll never catch me. Not because I'm afraid of being punished for my illegal gambling. It's in Ohio? How did you know? Because it's the only private island I can afford. It's in Ohio. Ohio Islands for sale? Wait, really? Can you actually? No way? No, I think you can. Hold on, what is this? Oh, this is not a whole island. This is just part of an island for $1.4 million. I wanted like a whole island. What about this one? Is this a whole island? It's $4.7 million. This might be a whole island. What a deal. Is it a big island? 11.6 acres. Is it the whole island? Yes, it is! On your own private island. It's for sale. There was a $200,000 price drop. Only $27,000 a month to own your very own private island in Ohio. No internet, no electricity. No, it must have electricity. There's like a PlayStation in the picture. They have this fancy island, but the boat is like one of those pontoon boats. Shouldn't they have a yacht on their $4.7 million private island? You like that word, pontoon? Is that what it's called even? Like the flat ones. The flat boats is what they're called. Am I boat shaming? Well, I don't even own a boat, so... Did you guys see that new game that's like Among Us, but it's The Office? There's slackers and then specialists assigned, and you have to try to convince your boss that you're doing real work and you're not slacking off, and the manager has to fire all of the slackers. What's it called? I do not know what it's called. Please play it. I want to play it. Dale and Dawson's? Is that what it's called? Dale and Dawson Stationary Supplies. Why would I play that game when I literally do that all day? It's so good. Also, since Ian was just on like a role-playing kick, I feel like I'm ready to do some office setting roleplay at least. Okay, I won't say it's better than Among Us, but it's its own thing. Yeah, and there is character customization. Who want to be the mean manager though? Me. I'll be the mean manager. But the answer is it's randomly assigned, so you can pet the cat, but only if you're a slacker. I hope I'm a slacker. Sometimes it does feel like I need to trick my boss into thinking I'm doing work without actually doing work. That's what you do. I've been there too. My peak Animal Crossing Pocket Camp moments were at work. That's where I got most of my Animal Crossing Pocket Camp grinding done. You're watching me while working? Am I on your second monitor at least? Work gaming goes crazy. Okay, but I don't know if you can play like League of Legends at work. Maybe you can play Animal Crossing Pocket Camp in your lap at work, but I don't know. Once you get in those CSGO lobbies, it's too much. You've written your best fanfics at work? Okay, that's actually a smart one though, because if you have like a text document open, it'll look like you're doing work, even if you're writing fanfic. And then if somebody comes too close, you can just switch it really quick. I feel like they definitely see you alt-tab though, right? Used to read books in Google Docs. I did that too, actually! Am I admitting to doing wrongdoings? If I'm ever applying for jobs in the future, please, I'm just joking. Don't take this as my actual work ethic. On a slacker confirmed. I definitely read like ebooks at work. Never caught, so no wrong done. I don't know. I did kind of delude myself. I think my boss did know. As long as I was getting my work done in the time frame that is expected, isn't it fine? My boss never said anything about it to me, so I do think it's crazy, like in the United States. I mean, people have talked about this a million times, but like how grocery store clerks are expected to stand their whole shift. I think that's crazy. Like sitting down, they can't sit. I just don't understand. It is brutal. Like, why can't they sit? Why? Hence the restroom breaks. I guess standing is good for your health. You never have time to sit. They can't sit in the US. I feel like I don't know if I've ever seen the like grocery store checkout person sitting. At Aldi they sit. Go to Aldi. I should go to Aldi. I don't know. And it's like, I guess I just can't understand the logic for why no sitting is allowed. I don't know. Because then you think like, well, what if the chair is too short and and then it's like you're not the level with their face. Like maybe that would be kind of awkward. But then they could just sit in like a stool, like a taller chair, I don't know. And then they'll be eye level, like a standing chair. Who really cares? Short people problems. They're worried people will fall asleep. I mean, people could fall asleep in any situation though, right? That's a whole other thing. You could cross that bridge when you get there, I guess. Legs lock up, you get lightheaded and pass out. That's a real thing, right? That happened to a girl in my class when we were on a field trip. Okay, this is actually, it's kind of an ironic story. We went on a field trip to the emergency room because it was like a medical science class. So we went on a field trip to the emergency room because, I don't know, I guess there's nothing else to do. But I don't know, just to see how the operation of the emergency room works, I guess. And she passed out because she was standing with her legs locked. We were listening to somebody talk. And it was ironic because we were at the emergency room. But honestly, that's like the best place to pass out because immediately she was like rushed onto a stretcher and had a nurse looking at her instantly. Yeah, ever since that moment, I also always keep my legs slightly bent. I always think about that. Instant $50,000 debt? I hope not. It's like dying in the respawn area in a video game. Yeah, at least you saved the ambulance trip. I mean, I guess if you're gonna pass out, the emergency room is the best place to do it. She just laid down for a bit and was okay. Yes. Yeah, I think she woke up like instantly also. Everybody was fussing over her. She was like the pretty popular girl in the class. And also her boyfriend was in that class too. And he was like, I think he had like a heart attack because he was right next to her when she passed out. And everybody was fretting over her. Dumb and blonde? No. She was smart. Smart and blonde. She was blonde though. She was nice. You know, like the nice, smart, popular girl. They exist? They do. Is she single? I have no idea. She wasn't at the time. Probably hate is a strong word. But I think like everybody is disliked by at least one person, right? That's just the way it is. And as long as that person doesn't like confront you about it, it's just whatever. That's just life. Yeah, if like you yourself have people that you dislike, then you can't really hold it against other people. Who do I dislike? Do I dislike anyone? I don't know. I mean, I definitely had people in... Did I have people in high school that I disliked? I didn't dislike them strongly. If I did, enough to remember them. Any teachers? Oh, I have to think about it. I liked most of my teachers. Was there a teacher I disliked? Okay, there was a creepy band teacher, actually. Maybe every school has one of those too. But I never interacted with him because he was the percussionist. I don't know, I'm trying to remember all of my teachers. Did I have any I disliked? Not really. I mean, I had some like mid teachers. It wasn't that I like disliked them. A lot of the times I would dislike the subject, but the teacher is fine. We had a teacher that taught history. I forget which history. We found out, somehow the students found out that instead of writing his own tests, he would just take AP practice exams from the internet and just use those as the tests. So you can find, they have answer keys. And at some point, like the class caught on and everybody was sending each other the answer key. And it became this big conspiracy in the class. And even I got roped into it, which I didn't want to be because I was always a good, upstanding student who didn't like to cheat. But then it was like, and it's like an AP class. So everybody's already nerds to begin with. And everybody's like, hey, look, our tests are exactly the same as the practice tests. Here is the answer sheet. But then they would be like, but you have to make sure you don't get 100%. Because if everybody in the class gets 100%, then the teacher's gonna catch on and he's gonna change the way he does the test. So you need to purposefully miss some so that he doesn't realize that we know what he's doing, so that he'll keep doing it. But I was just like, what? I did end up looking at the cheat code, but I also tried to study it properly. It was a real pickle. But then the test was like literally just the practice test, and it's hard to forget once you've already seen the answers. So I think I was in that spot where I was like, what do I do? I think I did miss a couple on purpose. And the teacher did find out. He did realize. And he gave us a scary talk. But honestly, he should have been writing his own tests. So yeah, that teacher was pretty mid. He was the classic, like, I'm just here because I want to be a sports coach. and they're making me teach. But like, I didn't hate him. Did I retain any information from that class? No. My physics teacher in high school, I think he himself was like fresh out of college. So he was probably like, well, you know, he was young. He was cool, but I felt bad because I feel like all the students just treated him like a fellow student. Not jaded, yet full of life, yes. I think, you know, sometimes there's like casual Fridays or whatever where the teachers are allowed to not wear their normal fancy outfits. And he wore like a hoodie to school one day and everybody thought he was a student. Teachers had fancy outfits, not fancy, but you know, the men would almost always wear like khakis or slacks and a button-up shirt and then like optional tie or jacket. And then the women would usually wear like blouses and pants or skirt. Yeah, business casual. Sounds like the high school math teacher you added on Steam after you graduated. Did I add any? I don't think I added any of my teachers on any social media. But there was the like acting teacher was adding a lot of students on Facebook even while they were in her class, and I always thought it was inappropriate. And I still think that was probably inappropriate. She probably shouldn't be adding her current students on Facebook. She was definitely like the oversharing type who would tell us about like the dates that she went on, which I don't think that's appropriate. What grade was this? Like high school, 12th grade, 11th grade. Like the teacher from Toradora, like the teacher from Madoka. I like how you both said different anime. Is this an anime trope? Actually, yeah. Yeah, both of them are, aren't they? Like that, actually. Both accurate. It is a trope, and I guess it's real. My French teacher was one of my favorites. I think I talked about her before. My French class, because like by the 4th year of it, there were only like 8 people in the class. We were all girls. I think the last boy dropped out in the 3rd year, and then it was just like 8 girls. We would just hang out and like talk in French during our class. And like she would teach us stuff, but a lot of it was just like having conversation, which is a good way to learn the language. It was comfy, it was. Who didn't sign up for the hair about? He got voted out. Not really, not really. I'm sure he would have been welcome in the class. I'm sure we would have done the same things. Can I still speak French? Oui, je parle français. Ha, bien. Le ré, en serre, c'est... Non, je ne peux pas français maintenant. C'est trop difficile. What did you just call us? Mon petit chou. That's my favorite term of endearment in French. It means my little cabbage. Mon petit chou. I think it's a real term of endearment that people call each other in French. I think that's so cute. My little cabbage. So cute. Cabbages stink. They do, but they're cute and round. And green, equivalent of sweetheart. I guess if you think about like the word sweetheart, it is also kind of weird. Like, I guess it just means you have a sweetheart. Like you're nice. You're a sweet person. But it also sounds kind of scary. Like using heart with a culinary descriptor. It makes you think about like the actual beating heart. It's a little weird. Honey liver, sour liver, salty appendix. That could be a good way to start making new insults / compliments for people. You're such a sour kidney. It evokes a certain sense, doesn't it? Even if you don't know what it means. Spicy brain. Oh, you're such a spicy brain. Okay, that's scary. That's like Hannibal Lecter would say that. Maybe he would say sweetheart too, though, right? Savory pancreas. Okay, what's that anime about eating pancreas, though? Isn't that a thing? It's a short movie. What is it called? I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? Why does it have such a weird name? So that you remember it? I guess it works. I've never seen it. Maybe I should watch it. Watch along? I haven't done a watch along in a long time. Maybe I should. I want to watch something sad. I want to watch Anohana again. That was like the first sad anime that I watched. It did make the tears flow. Angel Beats for You. I haven't watched that one. I haven't watched a lot of the like classic sad animes. Cause sometimes I'm like too much of a hater and a contrarian, and I'm like, I see what you're doing. You're just trying to make me feel sad, and I don't appreciate your attempts at emotional manipulation. That's how I felt in that show. It's like a newish one about an orb. It was so weird. I didn't understand the concept at all. To Your Eternity. But like, why is he an orb? What is an orb? See, that one I felt like they're just trying to make me sad. They're just like throwing every sad trope at me and seeing what sticks. I stopped watching it. Oh, I love love A Silent Voice. Probably one of my favorite anime movies. I also like Wolf Children a lot. I know, doesn't Wolf Children make you want to like go live out in the Japanese countryside? I've seen Makia. I have seen Makia. I don't remember it that well though, but I remember I liked it because it's like about a mother and a son. I like parent-child dynamics in movies. Sometimes like romance, like sad romance, doesn't do it for me. Sometimes it does, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, boo-hoo. Not romance between mother and son, no. Such a hater I am. Maybe it's because like parental love is more unconditional. With romance, it's like if either of the characters does something that I dislike, then I'm gonna be like, why be in a relationship with each other in the first place? Exactly, they're the worst, they should not be together. It's so easy for me to think that about like couples, but if it's like a family, then it's like, well, as unconditional love. The craziest thing happened to me. Okay, not really. I'm just too online that this would be like the craziest thing. I was trying to look for a recipe for roasted carrots, and I had baby carrots, so I googled roasted baby carrots. And Google was like, there are no results for your search. I was like, what? Excuse me? How? Doesn't exist. Not allowed. Nobody on this earth has posted a recipe for roasted carrots. It only read roasted baby. That was my thought. But it's like, come on. You have to read the rest of my query. I'm not crazy. I'm looking for roasted baby carrots. Carrots. Monolith now. I wanted the specific timing for a baby carrot because that's what I had instead of a big full-grown carrot. It's working for you. It did work when I refreshed. But it was very weird. I guess it was a glitch, but I was flabbergasted. I was like, excuse me? There are no results on this whole internet for roasted baby carrot? Nobody's ever done that before. They're cutting me off. I mean, it's not like I didn't even really need a recipe anyway. I guess that's what they're telling me. They're like, do you really need a recipe for this? Are you really asking? It's like, well, I don't know. If you could give me the temperature and the time, I can figure out the rest. Google said just eyeball it. Just roast them. I figured it out in the end. Roasted baby gives good results. I'm scared. I don't want to see that. Sims modders were crazy back in the day. I miss those days. I feel like Sims is so normal now. I'm being a hipster again. I'm being too much of a hipster. The Sims is too easy. They are tame now. Although I heard that the next Sims expansion pack is gonna be a death expansion pack, which does pique my interest. Like maybe they realize that people want violence, new ways to die. I mean, it's definitely playing with dolls, right? And when you play with dolls as a kid, the thing is your childhood imagination can fill in the gaps for you. But when you're old and crusty and dusty and you still want to play with your dolls, you need to get that childlike spark from somewhere else, because it doesn't come from within anymore. It's gone. It's all gone. So sometimes you need the game to like invent storylines for you, and sometimes that involves your Sims getting set on fire. You got the new Sims-like game, Inzoi. I've seen it a little bit. I don't know anything about it though. It seems crazy. Is it single player or multiplayer? So the character creator was nuts. Oh, maybe it's single player. I thought it was multiplayer. Honestly, that's just because when I looked at it, all I saw was like Second Life, and I got scared because I don't want to meet strangers on the internet. Oh my gosh, the babies look scary. The babies are kind of uncanny valley. This game looks so weird. How so? I don't know. The babies, it's like 2 HD. Like each eyelash is rendered. Probably will look better once it's been in the oven a little while. What even is this game? Is it made to target me specifically into spending $1 million on microtransactions? Is it a game that was made by a person who has played video games before? Or is it a game made by people who have never played a video game before and want your money? Okay, you know that new game, Fields of Mystria? Is that what it's called? That game is like inspired by Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley. That game, you can tell that like they've played games before. Like the people who made it. And they're probably fans of the genre. You're waiting for 1.0, I know, because my otome heart is sad that you can't actually date anyone. You can only befriend them. Yeah, it's early access, I think. Well, the point is you can get to know them, so then when they do release the dating update, then you'll be ready. You will have the established relationship necessary to immediately hop into marriage. I remember when The Sims 3 came out. I was so excited, and I tried to play it on my laptop, and it did not run. My laptop was not good enough. I was like waiting for the release day, and I downloaded it, or maybe I bought a physical copy. I don't remember. I tried to play it on my laptop, and I was so excited. It was the launch day, and I couldn't play it. It just wouldn't run at all. So then I bought a new laptop. Well, more like I convinced my parents to buy me a new laptop. Please, Mom, I need to play The Sims 3. If only, like, I understood at that point that Sims 2 would always be my favorite Sims. And, like, I mean, I do like Sims 3. Sims 3 is also good. But I definitely could have played Sims 2 longer. Back before I had an iPod, I had a CD player, and I would carry the CD player around with me. And I had like a zipper book of CDs and the CD binders. And I had my little headphones, and I have an iTouch. I loved my iTouch because I would play Doodle Jump all day long on my iTouch. What's an iTouch? An iTouch is like a boneless iPhone. It basically is. It's like an iPhone that doesn't have any phone functionality. It can't call people or text people, but it can use Wi-Fi. Like your iPhone, but you take the SD card out. You've reinvented the iTouch. I guess if you take the SSD out, it's not gonna work anymore. The SD card, that's just the memory, right? The SIM card. I had an iPod Shuffle, which is, I think the iPod Shuffle is horrible. And why did they make it like that? They just made it so they could sell you the regular iPod. It's literally like the Spotify not premium experience, but then you actually have to buy the hardware because you can't choose the song you want to listen to. You can only listen to random songs. And when they download U2's album to your iPod Shuffle without your permission, it's all gonna be U2 songs, and it's like, I mean, I'm not really that big into U2. You have to skip them every time. I'm sorry, U2. I feel like I never gave them a chance because I was just mad that they like forcibly downloaded it onto my iPod. And then with the shuffle, they just like force you to listen to it and you have to skip. We need a U2 karaoke. You have to like listen to the songs first. It does seem like a bad idea, right? Because people's music tastes are so personal. How can you do that? There's gonna be people who hate it. U2 was for it. I mean, I would be for it too if they downloaded Let Me Stay Here onto every single iPhone. I would be for it too. Even if it made a lot of people hate my song, I'm sure it would convert at least a couple people. When you say a forced ad for anything, it automatically makes you hate it. Me too. It's just what it's like to be a hipster like us. But isn't that like a weird thing? Because like advertising, it doesn't actually matter your reaction to the ad. Just the fact that you have seen the name before is enough. That's like all it needs. You just have to like remember the name, and they've succeeded. Because if I see like an ad, an intrusive, annoying ad for like a laundry detergent, and it makes me mad in the moment, but then like later I'm like shopping for laundry detergent and I see that same brand, I'm gonna be like, oh, I've heard of that one before. It must be reputable because I've heard of it. And I won't even remember that I hated the ad. I'll just remember that I've seen it before. And that's how they get you. Just like Fauna Mart. Exactly. The fragrant beads ruined your clothes? Wait, really? I've used those before. A long time ago, I stopped using them because I got de-influenced by the internet and was told like, fabric softener doesn't do anything. You don't need to use it. Those scent beads don't do anything. You don't need to use them. And I was like, okay. They smell nice. It's true. But my laundry detergent already smells nice. I use the Myers Peony. I got hooked on that one. It's really expensive too for laundry detergent. Not sponsored. But if they want to sponsor me, please. I'll do it for a lifetime supply. Yeah, Mrs. Myers Peony. I like that one. It is expensive, but it smells so good. What even are the logistics of a lifetime supply? I don't know. I just want them to send me more every time I run out. It's on Amazon. Be careful though, because sometimes it's really expensive on Amazon. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, that happened to me too. I bought like peach syrup on Amazon and I was like, this seems really expensive, but okay, I guess. And then I saw the same peach syrup at the store for like $30. 30% of the price I bought it on Amazon for. And I was like, I got scammed. How did this happen? Can't trust it. Tinned peach syrup. No, it's like the kind that you make drinks with. It's like, it has a name that starts with a T. This would never happen at Fauna Mart. Exactly. Happened to you too. T? Maybe it doesn't start with T. Yeah, isn't it like Torani? Yeah. Yes, that one. They have all kinds of syrup flavors, and you should not spend $20 for one on Amazon. It should not cost $20 for one bottle. Thanks for the advice. I did get scammed, and I don't know. I think I was like, oh well, maybe it's like for 2 of them, or maybe it's a bigger bottle. But no, it's not. They're really cheap at restaurant supply stores. You've fallen for drop shippers before, I know. Wasn't sold by Amazon. I don't think it was. I think it was like a third-party seller. Get the boson syrup, like the particle. Boson, the subatomic particle whose spin quantum number has an integer value. Thanks, boson syrup. I'm gonna really embrace fall this year. I'm gonna make apple pies and pumpkin pies. I wanna go to a pumpkin patch. I wanna go to a corn maze. I wanna go on the tractor ride. Cool girl autumn. All the cool girls are on tractor rides at the pumpkin patch. Spooky house. I don't really like haunted houses. I've only been to one? I've been to some at like theme parks. Actually, I went to one in Japan. Wait, did I go or did somebody else go? And I didn't. Did I wait outside? Maybe I waited outside because I don't remember what it was like on the inside. It's because the friends I was with, 2 of them wanted to go and 1 of them wanted to wait outside. And I didn't want my friend to wait outside alone, so I waited outside with her. I think that's what happened. I guess I didn't go in. Okay, so I went to one haunted house that was like a serious one, like not at a theme park. Like a standalone haunted house that like prized itself on being scary, and I did not enjoy it. I thought it was overstimulation central. It wasn't even like, it didn't even have good atmosphere because they were like packing the people in, so you're just like following behind someone in front of you in like a conga line of fear, and then there's like people screaming at you, and there's like flashing lights everywhere, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just too much. From playing horror games, some of the spookiest moments, it's due to like the anticipation, right? Like the jump scare itself is not always even that scary. It's more startling. It's about like the anticipation of the jump scare, of the fear. And you don't have that if it's just you're constantly bombarded with flashing lights and screaming teenagers dressed up as zombies. And there's no atmosphere. Best haunted house, 0 jump scares or staff, right? Like an actual haunted house. I've never been to like an actual supposed haunted house. They have those haunted hotels and stuff. Mama Kieran and Papa Kieran have stayed at quite a few of those. I don't think I have. Isn't there like a haunted boat that you can stay on? Mama Kieran likes spooky supernatural stuff, so she seeks out haunted hotels and stays in them. Yeah, the Queen Mary, right? I wonder if I would be scared because I don't believe in ghosts, but I am scared of the dark. So maybe I would still be scared. I do like watching those like haunted building exploration videos on YouTube, but I like the ones that seem, well, there's the ones that are obviously fake, and I don't like those. I like the ones where nothing actually happens. And they're just like walking down the creepy hotel corridors at night. Yeah, urban exploration is cool too. I'm like too much of a rule follower though to ever do that because it's like trespassing. I'll just watch people on YouTube do it. I never snuck into movies. It's true, I haven't. And I've never done like the double feature where you just watch one movie and then you go watch another one without paying. I don't think I've ever even snuck in snacks to the theater, honestly. I just buy it. Overpriced popcorn. But the popcorn is the best part. And you're not gonna bring your own popcorn because by the time you get to the theater, it's not gonna be hot anymore. Gotta sneak in the gummy candy. See, I would consider doing that. Well, actually, there usually are vegan candies because Twizzlers and Sour Patch Kids are vegan, for example. They usually have those. But I would consider bringing in my own candies. I really like gummy candies, like gummy bears. Those are not vegan, so I would have to bring my own special ones. And I like chocolate bars, and I like caramels, which are also very not vegan, so I have to bring my own if I want those. Black licorice. I don't mind black licorice. gauche. But I don't also, it's not my favorite either. Dark chocolate, I do like dark chocolate. Ooh, like a peanut butter cup. I love Snickers bars. And vegan Snickers bars are very hard to come by. But that's probably my favorite, like, chocolate bar. Are there vegan Reese's Pieces? Not that I've seen, no. You have Butterfingers? Oh, Butterfingers is good too. Am I the only dummy who didn't know it was peanut butter until I was an adult? When I ate them as a kid, I thought it was like butter. Like just straight up butter flavor. But it's peanut butter. Crisp peanut butter core covered in chocolatey coating. At least for me, when I was a kid, I liked Butterfingers, but a lot of the other kids did not like them. I always felt like peer pressured by them who didn't like them to not like them, even though I did like it. And I always felt like it was a little gross because I did think it was just like butter flavor. Like even though I thought it was delicious, it was like gross to think that it was like butter. Yeah, like a stick of butter, because eating a stick of butter is gross. And that's like what the other kids would compare it to. They'd essentially be like, oh, it's just eating like a stick of butter. But it's not. It's crispy peanut butter. It's delicious. I had a dream about Uncrustables. Did I tell you guys? But I don't remember what happened in the dream. I think I was just eating an Uncrustable, which I have not eaten since I was a child. Was it good? In my dream, it was like so good. It's like ambrosia from heaven. Food in dreams always tastes better. Maybe it's just me, but it was so good. I feel like it wouldn't be that good in real life. I think I also had a dream. This was a while ago. I dreamt that I was eating toast with jam and lots of butter. When I was little, I used to eat toast with jam, but I never put any butter on it. It was only like as an adult that I discovered that people put butter with their jam. And ever since I had that dream, I've been like so into toast with jam and butter. The butter, it adds to it because the butter gets all melty and it like combines with the jam and it gives it the richness. So good. But I feel like I would not have thought it was so delicious until I had my dream. And now since it was in my dream, I've become like obsessed with it. And I get cravings for toast with butter and jam. Butter and jam first? Butter first, so that the butter gets melted by the hot toast. And then put the jam on. And it should like marble together. Ever tried a butter dish leaving at a room temp? I was never in a butter dish family. We were always a spreadable butter. Like a butter spread in the fridge kind of family, you know? Need real Irish butter. But I feel like you have to eat a lot of butter if you do that, right? Room temperature butter is goated. Okay, but the best butter is the whipped butter that you get on your stack of pancakes. I will order pancakes just so I can get the whipped butter. The salty whipped butter is so good. Yeah, the little single serve cups, yes. Oh my gosh. To me, that's the best butter. Is it vegan? No, but it's easy to make it vegan. Was vegan butter made out of soy? I think it is soy. I don't actually know. It probably is made of like vegetable fat. What is Miyoko's made from? I like Miyoko's. Organic coconut oil, organic cultured cashew milk, filtered water. Organic equals expensive. Yeah, this butter is very expensive, but it tastes good in my opinion. How much? I don't remember. It's like more than $5 for one block. McNugget shapes. I mean, boot is the best one, right? Yeah, boot is the best. I wanted to look it up to see, to make sure, but it definitely is the best shape, right? So dippable. Yeah, you can even get like, you know, when you've taken most of the sauce out, you can get like really into the corners to get the last bit of sauce with the boot. Ball is the least popular, apparently. Ball, bell, boat, and boot. The names are, I don't like them. We should call it sphere instead. I don't like bone either. Can we rename them? Ball sucks. Now that I look at it, I think bell is better than ball. Because ball is like not a natural shape. Like it's too perfect. It's too spherical. And it feels like you get less nugget for your buck. Hard to grip and hard to dip. No crispy bits on the ball. Sounds yave out of context. That's why we need to rename them. I propose a new say-so renaming of the McNugget shapes. Instead of ball, we have sphere. Instead of bone, we have trunk. I don't know if that's any better. It's not a sphere though. Well, then it's not a ball either. What if it's circle? And then bone can be nose. What about nose? Wait, but is it even the shape of a nose? I feel like all of these are shapes of noses in a cartoon. It kind of is. If you like look at them, it's like choose your cartoon character nose shape. Like in Animal Crossing, when you choose between the circle nose and the triangle nose. Even the boot, yeah. Boot is like a witch's nose almost. Just got off work. What are we talking about? We're talking about what if McDonald's chicken nuggets shapes were actually shapes of your nose. I did see the Minecraft movie trailer. It does look pretty bad. I liked the Mario movie quite a lot, actually. I just don't know about the Minecraft one. Can we talk about the sheep? The sheep was creepy. Everything was creepy. Jack Black, I really liked him as Bowser. But it's just not doing it for me when he comes out. I'm Steve. But it might be funny. And I'm not sure about like the cast. I'm probably just not the demographic, right? That's just what happens when you're not the demographic. Because there's like a teenager in the cast who's just like complaining about everything, at least in the trailer, which leads me to believe that there's just gonna be like an angsty teenager in the cast just complaining about everything the whole movie. It's not an excuse for it being objectively bad. The Minecraft movie. Well, we can't know really how it's gonna be until it's out, I guess. Yeah, they call it a Minecraft movie, and I feel like they called it that because they realized that it turned out kind of bad, and they didn't want to call it the Minecraft movie because then they would be stuck forever having it as the Minecraft movie. So they had to just call it a Minecraft movie so they can make another one in the future. Who are the people in it? Are they just like people? We're not supposed to know who they are. They also got isekai to the Minecraft world. Aquaman? Is that Aquaman? Herobrine. They better put Herobrine in it. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you would make a good Minecraft movie, honestly. Like, that's the problem. Because Minecraft is, like, so open-ended. Like, what even is a Minecraft movie? I don't know. Like, do you make it about the Ender Dragon? I don't know. You don't have to have, like, a revolutionary plot, you know. Just make it good. Timothy Chalamet to play Yoshi. Oh my gosh. But they actually would, though. Because don't they just take, like, the biggest actor they can find and then just cast them? And Timothy Chalamet got really popular recently, I feel like, because of Dune. I can't even imagine it. What else is he in? I feel like I've never seen him, like, express emotion. I can't imagine him going, bring up. He's Wonka? Young Wonka. Like young Sheldon. He sang in that movie? I, like, can't imagine him singing. He seems so serious. Maybe that's just Dune. He was a rapper? Everything you're telling me about this new Wonka movie, I'm like, I don't understand. Now I feel like I need to watch it. It's definitely, I mean, okay, this has been talked about too much already, but Wonka is like a villain, right? It was evil what he did to those kids, right? That's not okay. He does torment children. The kids were evil, but were they? I mean, they're kids. They were invited to the chocolate factory, and then they ate candy there. It's like saying Hansel and Gretel were in the wrong. Actually, they were. Evil witches in the woods are completely in their right to eat any children who wander into their gingerbread houses. And that's the truth. We support hags in the woods eating children. Not really. In Minecraft. Like in The Witcher. Gosh, I guess they were, weren't they? Those hags were eating children in the woods. I mean, they're pretty cool. But I kind of didn't like those ones. We did kind of support them. It's true. We did in the end side with them. Just biased against their looks. I mean, they have the classic look, right? They also can transform into like sexy ladies, right? That's what it's all about. You gotta see the sexy lady form. Oh, Uzumaki got a new trailer and release date. Is it gonna be good? Is it a show or a movie? Show? 4-episode miniseries. I do like a miniseries. Because sometimes you don't need a whole show. And sometimes it's better if they don't like spread their resources got a lot to fit in, though? Maybe, as long as they include the snails. Such cursed snails. The snails are what disturb me the most, I think, in Uzumaki. They have to include the snails. I also really liked the ear part. That's like early on, though, right? Like when he goes to the doctor and sees the ear poster on the wall. Because that's creepy, right? You have spirals in your ears. I like that one, too. There's a spiral inside you! And a skeleton inside you, too. It is a great manga. I should read it again. Uzumaki, like, genuinely scared me when I read it. And I feel like it's hard to do that with manga as a format. You know, like, a lot of horror can be achieved through, like, audio. So manga, there's no relying on audio to set up a creepy ambience. And then even, like, in manga, you don't have as much... Like, it's usually more dialogue-focused and image-focused, of course, rather than having, like, a lot of descriptive sentences, which I think also makes it challenging to make it really scary, but Uzumaki succeeds. It genuinely freaked me out when I was reading it. I remember reading it in my room at night and being, like, freaked out and being like, I shouldn't read this late at night. That's how you know. Genuinely scary. It actually did make me afraid of spirals. I think I still find spirals creepy to this day. Like, before I read it, I probably had no strong feelings about spirals, but now I find them to be inherently creepy. Like, I can't look at them the same. They're just creepy. I think I could definitely become, like, the coworker with the impressive snack drawer. Like, I open the drawer and it's just all the snacks you could ever want. And yes, I would share. Do you guys know how good it feels when you're, like, hanging out with your friends and your friend is like, ow, I cut myself. Well, that part doesn't feel good. But then you get to be the friend who's like, don't worry, I have Band-Aids and Neosporin right here. Here you go. That's everything. That is the hero. You become the hero in that moment. The prepared friend. Yeah, bonus points if you have ibuprofen. You always have super glue. I'm sure you are the most reliable friend at the anime convention when people's cosplay props break. See, the problem is I don't know if I actually pull this off. I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't usually have Band-Aids on me, but it's my aspiration. Anytime it has happened, it's the best feeling. I had tissues too, and wet wipes. I was the one who always had hand sanitizer in COVID, but I feel like everybody had hand sanitizer, and I don't really carry it around anymore. But I was definitely the hand sanitizer dealer for a while. I used to be one of those people who was like, oh my gosh, don't use hand sanitizer. That's what your immune system is for. You're gonna breed a super bug on your hands. But now I'm like, I touched something in public. I want hand sanitizer. I used to not, like, immediately wash my hands whenever I came home. Now it's like, immediately when I come home, I wash my hands. It's the first thing I do. My hands, when they have touched the outside world, they should not touch anything inside until they've been washed. Wash your hands a lot, but you don't like sanitizer. I understand. I mean, sanitizer feels gross, right? That's why you carry wet wipes. That should be me. But my purse is, like, too small to fit all this stuff in. I need a better solution if I'm gonna be the mom friend who has everything anybody needs. When I was in Japan, I always had a tote bag with me because they never give you bags in Japan. Well, no, they do, but you have to ask for it, usually. My Japanese is bad and I don't want to ask for it. Fukuro onegaishimasu. So I would just carry my tote bag everywhere. And also, I was totally in parasol mode. I would carry my umbrella everywhere because the sun was a deadly laser. Yeah, and I would have, like, a drink in there, konbini drink, maybe an onigiri. But I'm not really, like, a tote bag person at home. I don't know. Maybe because I was out and about more in Japan. That's probably it. Now when I leave, it's like, I'm not gonna be gone that long, or I'm leaving for a specific purpose, so then I'll bring whatever I need. But in Japan, it would be like, okay, I'm leaving and I don't know when I'm coming back, so I better have everything I might need for the day. Going out on an expedition. Doesn't it rain in Japan? It did rain a bit. There were some crazy thunderstorms too. Maybe I need to get back into tote bags. Yeah, typhoons. I think there was a typhoon when I was there last year. I think there was. And I thought it was cool, but also kind of scary. Birch idea? That is a good idea. I should do a tote bag. It's not actually Snail's birthday, but I think his birthday is soon. I have to look it up. I'm bad. I don't remember his birthday. That's bad. I should remember. Gotta bake him a cake. I know know, well, that's the problem. Like, what do I do for his birthday that I don't already do every day? If there was something that he liked that would make his day better, I would just give it to him every day. I mean, I guess like a cake, but he can't eat that because of his stomach issues. But a party hat that he'll hate on it, right? It's for me. Extra cat grass. I just bought him new cat grass. I guess what if I could buy like a bunch. I wonder how he would react if I like set up like a field of cat grass. It is soon, I think. I need to check. He's turning 14, the old man, but he's still my baby. And he's still so spry. He doesn't seem old at all. He was 10 when I debuted. Still thinking about finding a friend for him? I am. I want to make sure that they would get along. I do think it would be good to have a buddy for him for when I'm not at home so he doesn't get as lonely. But that's like the thing. Would he actually want a buddy? Would he actually become buddies with the new cat? I don't know. How was he with Clover? Well, they weren't really buddies, but I do think it was Clover's fault, not Snail's fault, because Clover was definitely the aggressor. Clover was a brave old man because, you know, Snail is like 10 years younger, but Clover would still like meow at him and try to back him into a corner. Clover was 20. I think he was 23 when he passed away. I hope that all my cats can live to be so old. It's gotta be a record. I think the record is 38 years. Hopefully Snail will live to be 38. Yeah, I heard about that vaccine coming out that aims to get cats to live to 30. Prevents kidney disease or something. It sounds too good to be true, but I would love, obviously, for all cats to be able to live to be 30. I do think Snail is a really chill cat, and I don't think he would be the aggressor with another cat. If I got a new cat, I would hate it if the new cat bullied Snail. So I really want to make sure that they would be good. One thing I really want to do, and I have been thinking about it because I think we could. Okay, I've always wanted to do a game jam, but I've never done one. A game jam, from my understanding, when you make a game from scratch in like a short time period, like 2 days, or it could be like a week or whatever. I really would like to do that. Stream the whole process. And it would be a collaborative thing, right? Well, because I don't code, so we'd have to find somebody to code, but I could help with art and whatever. Yeah, Cece does, right? Right? We could make a game. I could do like art or writing. I could learn Ren'Py, that's true. I probably could. I mean, I guess I could also try to code. Depends what we're doing. Is it Ren'Py or Ren'P? Shiori too? I think that would be so fun. Yeah, we could do like voice acting too, like all of us. Pi for Python, Ren'Py. You said made in Python? I didn't know that. I want to do that someday. Game jam. I think that would be really fun. What would I like to make it about? I don't know. Well, it depends. I'm open to any kind of game. Yeah, you have to keep the scope really small, right? And since I could be the one coding it, we're not. Probably whoever's coding it can figure out the limitations, and then you can figure out what kind of game. I mean, definitely with Ren'Py, we could do a visual novel, right? We could do that. Some kind of visual novel. It could have mini games too. Well, maybe that's getting too much, but it could be cool. I want to do it one day. I do feel like I'm immersed right now in the pool. I like this setting that I've got. My skin getting wrinkly? No. Well, yes. Well, but if you think about it, I'm on the floaty, so like only my feet and my butt, I guess, are in the water. So just that is getting wrinkly. Otherwise, I'm dry. Yeah, I might have an asymmetric tan though. Have I heard of, how do you say this name again? Lauve? It's not Faye. It's like Lauve? I actually have. Well, actually, it's interesting that you, Leve? Is it Leve? My vocal teacher actually brought them up to me because she was like, I want to hear you sing one of this person's songs. I think it would suit you. So I have to learn one. My style for sure. I was like, if this is the first time she's given me she's given me recommendations, of course, but I think this is the first specific artist that she's like, I want to hear you sing one of these songs. You should try it. So I was like, ooh, I'll try it. So I need to learn one. I have heard from the start how to go. Well, I haven't learned it yet. So far it hasn't gone. Which one? She has a bossa nova one that I like. I also like From the Start. What's her bossa nova one? Wait, maybe she has multiple bossa nova ones. Oh yeah, Falling. Is it Falling Behind? Oh, From the Start is also bossa nova. I do love me some bossa nova. Interesting that you asked. I need to learn it.